They are a people defined by peace, tradition, and a deep connection to the land. From the fields of Europe to the farmlands of North America, the Mennonites carried their unique culinary heritage. This is a story of simple ingredients, resourcefulness, and recipes preserved across centuries of migration. Prepare to explore a kitchen defined by faith and farm life. We present 25 traditional Mennonite dishes, recipes from centuries of faith and farming.
Number 1. Zwieback. This unique two-tiered yeast bun is perhaps the most instantly recognizable symbol of Mennonite culinary tradition. The name itself means twice baked in German. Zwieback was essential during long migrations as the simple, sturdy buns could be baked, dried, and easily transported. The ingenious structure, a small taut bun pinched onto a larger bottom, ensures the top stays soft while the bottom provides stability. Traditionally served for breakfast or with Pluma Moos, fruit soup, Zwieback is simple, slightly sweet, and represents the enduring resourcefulness and history of the Mennonite journey.
Number 2. Vereniki. While the name suggests Ukrainian origins, a legacy of their time in the Russian Empire, Mennonite Vereniki are distinct, perfect half-moon pockets filled with either salty or sweet farmer's cheese. This dish is the ultimate example of comfort and community cooking, often made in large batches during family gatherings. The dough must be thin and delicate, yet sturdy enough to hold the generous, creamy filling. Vereniki are always served hot, generously drizzled with Schmaundt Fat, a rich cream sauce, or simply topped with a dollop of sour cream and fresh herbs. They are a beloved staple, connecting every generation to the kitchens of their ancestors.
Number 3. Borscht. While a familiar dish across Eastern Europe, Mennonite borscht is a robust, hearty version reflecting the need for sustaining farm laborers. Unlike lighter Ukrainian versions, this soup is thick with meat, cabbage, potatoes, and often includes chunks of beef or farmer sausage, making it a complete meal in itself. It is less reliant on beets for color, sometimes appearing more beige or brown, yet always intensely flavorful. Borscht is a testament to the efficient, no-waste principles of Mennonite kitchens, utilizing whatever vegetables are fresh from the cellar or field. Served piping hot, it is the ultimate winter comfort food, especially when paired with a slice of thick, homemade rye bread. Number 4. Pluma Moos. This truly unique dish, whose name translates roughly to plum mush, is a creamy, sweet fruit soup or stew. It is a signature example of the resourcefulness born from long migration and cold prairie winters. Pluma Moos is traditionally made by simmering a mixture of dried fruits, often prunes, apricots, raisins, and apples, until they break down into a thick, syrupy consistency. It is served chilled or warm, usually accompanied by Zwieback or noodles, often acting as a main course on simple farm days or as a refreshing summer treat. This soup is a direct connection to the early Mennonite settlements, providing essential nutrition and a taste of home.
Number 5. Farmer sausage. This robust homemade link sausage is perhaps the most practical and beloved meat product in the Mennonite pantry. Traditionally made from a blend of pork and beef and lightly smoked or dried, farmer sausage was designed for preservation, essential for farm families living far from commercial centers. It is the centerpiece of countless meals, whether sliced and fried for a hearty breakfast, boiled with potatoes and cabbage, or used to anchor soups like their famous borscht. The taste is savory, slightly tangy, and deeply tied to the self-sufficiency and communal butchering traditions of the farm. Farmer sausage is more than food, it's a symbol of sustenance and security.
Number 6. Roll Kuchen. These thin, crispy, slightly sweet fried pastries are a beloved summer tradition, particularly when the watermelon harvest is at its peak. Roll Kuchen are quick to prepare, using a simple dough rolled out very thin and fried until puffed and golden brown, resulting in a distinct, airy bubble texture. They represent the simple joys of prairie summer life and the fusion of cuisines, as they are often served alongside slices of chilled watermelon and simple jams. The combination of the warm, savory sweet crunch of the roll Kuchen and the cold, watery sweetness of the melon is quintessentially Mennonite and profoundly refreshing.
Number 7. Schmaundt Fat. The literal translation is cream fat, and this rich, savory cream sauce is the unsung hero of the Mennonite table. Often prepared with a simple roux and sour cream, it is cooked down until it achieves a decadent, thick consistency. Schmaundt Fat is essential for Vereniki, potatoes, and other dumplings, acting as the primary source of flavor and richness. Its creation speaks to the practical necessity of utilizing every byproduct of the farm, especially high-quality dairy. This sauce embodies the principle of turning simple ingredients into luxurious comfort food, defining the rich, creamy texture of many traditional Mennonite meals.
Number 8. Rye Bread. In the Mennonite tradition, bread is the staff of life, and rye bread stands above all others. This is a dense, deeply aromatic loaf, often baked in large, round, free-form shapes. It is the perfect accompaniment to hearty meals like borscht, and its robust texture is essential for soaking up rich gravies and sauces. Historically, this dark bread reflects the reliance on hardy rye grain grown easily in the cooler climates where Mennonites settled. Baking rye bread is a core ritual, symbolizing the self-sufficiency of the farm and the enduring connection to their Northern European roots. It's a simple, honest food that tells a story of survival and heritage in every slice.
Number 9. Schnecken. These sweet, coiled yeast rolls, whose name means snails in German, are a cherished dessert or coffee break treat. Schnecken are the Mennonite version of a cinnamon roll, but often less heavily frosted, allowing the rich, buttery flavor and the texture of the soft, sweet dough to shine. The preparation is a communal event, with families meticulously rolling the dough, spreading the cinnamon sugar filling, and slicing the characteristic spirals. They are baked until golden and sticky, often served warm with a simple glaze or just a dusting of powdered sugar. Schnecken are the perfect symbol of Sunday afternoon comfort and home baking traditions.
Number 10. Platz. This traditional open-faced fruit sheet cake or pie is a cornerstone of Mennonite hospitality, especially during harvest time. The foundation of Platz is a slightly sweet, yeast-leavened dough, which is pressed into a large baking pan and topped generously with fresh or preserved fruit. Plums, apples, or berries are common choices. Unlike modern pies, Platz is less focused on a decorative crust and more on showcasing the abundance of the season's yield. The simple preparation and large size make it ideal for serving crowds at weddings, funerals, and large Sunday dinners. Platz is the sweet taste of summer preserved, embodying the generosity and farm-to-table simplicity of the Mennonite kitchen.
Number 11. Perishky. These small, versatile pockets are the Mennonite answer to the ultimate handheld snack or light meal. Perishky, or Perishky, are typically made from a soft, yeast-leavened dough filled with a wide variety of ingredients, including savory options like mashed potato, sauerkraut, or seasoned ground meat, or sweet fillings like fruit and jam. They are either baked until fluffy and golden or, more traditionally, shallow fried, giving them a delightful crispness. Their small size makes them perfect for packing as a lunch for farm work or serving as a hearty appetizer during large gatherings. Perishky embody the practical ingenuity of a cuisine that makes comfort portable.
Number 12. Holubtsi. These cabbage rolls are a true labor of love, representing the time and effort dedicated to Sunday dinners and special occasions. Holubtsi, or little pigeons, are made by carefully blanching whole cabbage leaves, then wrapping them around a savory filling of seasoned ground meat and rice. Unlike some lighter varieties, the Mennonite version is slow-simmered in a rich, slightly tangy tomato-based sauce, often enhanced with bacon or cream. This slow, gentle cooking process ensures the cabbage is tender and the filling is moist and flavorful. Holubtsi is a hearty, foundational dinner item, symbolizing community, warmth, and the fusion of German and Slavic culinary influences retained through migration.
Number 13, pickled beets. These vibrant, sweet, and tangy pickled beets are a staple side dish on any Mennonite table, particularly cherished for their bright color and refreshing taste. Made from garden-fresh beets, sliced and preserved in a sweet vinegar brine, they represent the essential practice of canning and food preservation, a skill vital for surviving long winters and maintaining a self-sufficient farm. Pickled beets offer a delightful contrast to rich, savory main courses, acting as a palate cleanser and adding a pop of color to the meal. Beyond their taste, they symbolize the enduring tradition of putting up the harvest, connecting generations through shared seasonal rituals and the simple bounty of the land.
Number 14. Paska. This rich, sweet yeast bread is the centerpiece of the Mennonite Easter celebration, a symbol of resurrection and rebirth. Paska is traditionally baked in tall, cylindrical tins, resulting in a distinct, high-domed loaf. The dough is enriched with eggs, butter, and often raisins, making it significantly sweeter and softer than everyday rye bread. Once baked, it is topped with a thick, white, sugary glaze and often decorated with simple dough crosses or letters. Paska embodies the joyous, communal spirit of the holiday, offering a deeply meaningful and celebratory contrast to the simple staples of daily farm life.
Number 15. Rivel Soup. This simple yet highly comforting dish is a perfect illustration of Mennonite ingenuity, turning minimal ingredients into a nourishing, warm meal. The name Rivel comes from the German word for rubbing, referring to the method of creating the small, coarse, dumpling-like crumbs from flour and egg, often rubbed between the hands. These tiny Rivel pieces are then simmered directly in a light savory meat or chicken broth, absorbing the flavor and thickening the liquid. Rivel soup is inexpensive, quick to prepare, and serves as an ideal light lunch or warming starter on a cold day. It is the epitome of economic, soulful cooking, providing essential warmth and sustenance from the humblest of kitchens.
Number 16. Bienenstich. Known as bee sting cake, this exquisite dessert is a celebrated staple among Mennonite bakers, bridging their cuisine to broader German tradition. Bienenstich is defined by its decadent layered construction, a light yeast-raised sponge base, sliced horizontally and filled with a thick, rich vanilla or custard cream. The true signature is the topping, a layer of sliced almonds caramelized in honey and butter, which bakes into a crisp, golden crust. This dessert is reserved for major celebrations and Sunday afternoon Kaffeeklatsch, symbolizing abundance, sophistication, and the sweet indulgence that balances the austerity of daily farm life.
Number 17. Dill Pickles. No Mennonite meal is complete without a jar of crisp, homemade dill pickles, which embody the culinary tradition of preserving the summer harvest. These pickles are made by submerging fresh cucumbers in a salty brine, flavored heavily with fresh dill heads, garlic cloves, and often pickling spices. The fermentation process gives them a characteristic tangy, sour flavor and a satisfying crunch. Dill pickles are more than just a condiment. They are a necessary contrast to the rich, heavy main courses, providing a burst of acidity and freshness. They symbolize the annual ritual of putting up the garden's bounty, a skill passed down through generations, ensuring the continuity of the farm kitchen's supply throughout the long winter.
Number 18. Head cheese or Zulz.
This cold cut is the ultimate embodiment of the Mennonite principle of waste not, want not, a philosophy essential for survival on the prairie. Zulz is a bold, rustic cold loaf, traditionally made from the less desirable but highly nutritious parts of the animal, often the pig's head and shanks. Everything is boiled for hours, seasoned strongly with vinegar and spices, and then pressed into a mold. As it chills, the natural collagen transforms the broth into a beautiful, clear aspic, binding the dense meat pieces together. Served sliced cold, often alongside coarse rye bread and a dab of sharp mustard, Zulz represents thrift, sustenance, and the sheer practicality of the farm kitchen, turning the humblest components into a dense, high-calorie meal perfect for a farmer's demanding day.
Number 19. Potato salad. While seemingly common, Mennonite potato salad is unique and central to every large gathering, picnic, or church supper. It is an artifact of community celebration. The Mennonite version is often defined by its signature creamy dressing, a harmonious blend of mayonnaise, eggs, a touch of vinegar for tang, and a generous inclusion of finely chopped fresh onion and celery for crunch. The key to its character is simplicity and volume. This salad is never made in small batches. It is a monumental dish, prepared in enormous quantities to feed the entire community. It is a humble comfort food, a testament that the most meaningful meals are those shared, always served cold, fresh, and ready to accompany any main course at the heart of a communal table.
Number 20. Cherry Mousse. This vibrant fruit soup is a treasured sweet treat, deeply rooted in the Mennonite tradition of simple, thoughtful Sabbath observance. Mousse is the ultimate expression of preparation, often served cold for Sunday lunch or during Easter, specifically to relieve the women of the burden of cooking on the Lord's Day. Made by slowly simmering sweet or tart cherries, often with dried fruits like raisins and prunes, it is thickened into a thin, pourable pudding consistency with cornstarch or flour. The key is its bright ruby color and refreshing tart-sweet balance. Cherry mousse embodies the simplicity of holiday feasting, symbolizing rest, refreshment, and the sweet reward of a completed week. It is traditionally served in a glass bowl to showcase its deep, jewel-like color, often accompanied by a rich swirl of fresh cream or placed atop vanilla pudding.
Number 21. Schmear. This simple, fresh, spreadable cheese is a cornerstone of the Mennonite breakfast table, symbolizing the reliance on dairy and the self-sufficiency of the farmstead. Schmear is essentially a rich, lightly cultured cream cheese or soft farmer's cheese, traditionally made by straining homemade cultured buttermilk or fresh clabbered milk until a dense, velvety curd remains. Unlike commercial cream cheese, it retains a distinct, slightly tangy flavor and a uniquely soft, spreadable texture. It is the epitome of simplicity, rarely seasoned beyond a pinch of salt. Schmear is most commonly served spread thickly onto dark, rustic rye bread, often accompanied by strong coffee, and is the perfect protein-rich start to a long, demanding day of farm work. It is more than food. It represents the daily ritual of turning basic, farm-fresh ingredients into essential sustenance.
Number 22. Boiled raisin buns, or simply buns. These are not your typical oven-baked rolls. They're a distinctive Mennonite staple known for their unique preparation. These soft, yeast-leavened rolls are traditionally cooked by steaming them over boiling water, often on a cloth stretched across a pot. This method gives them an incredibly tender, almost pillow-like texture, distinct from conventional bread. The simple dough is enriched with sugar and generously studded with plump raisins. Buns are deeply versatile. They are essential for soaking up the rich broth of borscht or as the perfect accompaniment to cherry mousse or schmear. They represent a resourceful, time-honored cooking technique, a practical staple,
that defines comfort and necessity at every Mennonite dinner table.
Number 23. Pork hocks and sauerkraut. This dish is the definitive, hearty answer to a long prairie winter, representing the mastery of preservation and the necessity of high-calorie sustenance. Pork hocks, or shanks, are slowly braised until the meat is falling off the bone and the fat is rendered tender and unctuous. This rich, heavy meat is then paired with homemade sauerkraut, fermented cabbage that provides a vital, sharp, acidic counterpoint. The dish is usually slow-cooked in a large pot, allowing the flavors to marry and the cabbage to soak up the savory pork juices. It is the perfect cold-weather meal, embodying the spirit of thrift by utilizing tougher cuts of meat and serving as a reminder of the bounty saved from the previous fall's harvest. Pork hocks and sauerkraut is an essential symbol of endurance, served hot with potatoes and dark rye bread.
Number 24. Apple fritters. These warm, sweet puffs are the quintessential Mennonite autumn treat, celebrating the bounty of the orchard and the necessity of simple, fresh desserts. These are essentially yeast-risen, cloud-light dough fritters, generously laced with chunks of tart, locally grown apples. Unlike pancakes, fritters are deep-fried until golden brown, giving them a satisfyingly crisp exterior while maintaining an incredibly soft, almost airy interior where the apple chunks remain tender and warm. They are the perfect contrast of textures and flavors. Traditionally, apple fritters are served warm, dusted heavily with powdered sugar, or sometimes drizzled with a simple, sweet apple syrup. They symbolize warmth, communal indulgence, and the cozy comfort of the farm kitchen as the seasons turn cold. This dessert is a simple, cherished ritual passed down through generations.
Number 25. Cheese soup. This simple yet immensely satisfying creation is a cornerstone of Mennonite comfort food, often served as a main dish due to its richness. This is not a light broth. It is a thick, creamy soup built on a foundation of stock and milk, then richly fortified with sharp homemade cheese, often cheddar or similar farm cheese. The soup is packed with humble vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and celery, which provide body and color. The secret to its characteristic smooth, velvety texture is the slow, careful melting of the cheese, ensuring it fully integrates into the creamy base without separating. Cheese soup is the ultimate family meal, symbolizing warmth, thrift, and the resourceful ability to turn simple dairy and garden produce into a nourishing, filling, and deeply flavorful dinner. It is always served steaming hot, often accompanied by crusty bread.
In conclusion, Mennonite cuisine is more than a list of recipes. It is a chronicle of endurance, resourcefulness, and deep community faith. From the humble borscht to the sweet Paska, every dish is a practical, treasured link to the farm, the table, and the generations that came before. This is food defined by thrift, made beautiful by necessity, and perfected by tradition.